Hello everybody, welcome back to our P6 Science class with me, Miss Ras. And today we are going to continue with the topic on energy. Okay, so today we are going to look at more food. We're still looking at food. And last lesson, we talk about energy, right? Like where energy comes from, which is basically from the sun. Then we talk about, how to trace the energy pathway from the sun to plant animals. Then we're going to look at the reason why living things need energy to carry out life processes. Just as when I'm talking to you right now, I need energy. You focusing on my lesson, you also need energy. So all living things need energy. Then show an understanding that living things get energy from food. And then finally, we're going to look at some sample of exam-based questions that ask you to investigate the conditions required for photosynthesis as well as the products, the products of photosynthesis. Yeah, so this will be what we'll be covering for today in more detail, right? But before that, some fun facts to share, in case you don't know. Right, over here, we have a very cute koala bear here, just sleeping. Even though it looks very innocent, right, very cute and very huggable looking, it has a very peculiar eating habits. Peculiar means strange. So why are they peculiar? They are considered gourmet eaters. They only eat very specific food. They're very, very picky. And they actually eat these leaves called the eucalyptus leaves. But out of the 300 types of eucalyptus available, they only eat 12 of them. 12 out of 300 types. And that's because they I don't know, maybe it's just their taste buds. They're very, very particular. They cannot eat like a different type of eucalyptus plant. And then they said that the koalas eat depend on the time of the year, the region and the health condition of the tree. So they have to check, if the tree is not healthy, I don't want to eat those leaves. Very, very superly, very peculiar and very picky. Imagine if you want to eat your vegetables, right? And then you see that the vegetable comes from some place that is like, not quite clean or something. Then you'll be like, I don't want to eat. Very particular. Yeah, so this is just a fun fact. Next fun fact. Don't be scared, right? Don't be scared. Let me explain. This is what we call an African egg-eating snake. So if you're wondering why the snake look like this, from the name itself, it actually eats eggs. So it can eat like any type of egg, I suppose, bird eggs. And what it does is that instead of chewing the egg, it will just swallow the egg full. One big egg and just swallow it. No chewing. And the reason why they can do that is because their jaws are able to stretch. They are able to unhinge their jaws and swallow the egg whole together with the shell. And later on, when the egg is inside the body, the shells will crack, and that's where the the snake will like spit it out because it cannot be digested. Next one, third animals that is featured, peculiar eating habit by the sea stars. Sea stars are your starfish. What they do is they eat by pushing their stomachs out of their mouth. Wow, I think this one wins the trophy for the most peculiar eating habit. So instead of putting the food inside the stomach, right, it will just push the stomach out and then digest the food outside. That's what the sea star do. Right, so we're going to look at this small video here. There is a video, by the way. So the mussels are sea star's main source of food. The sea star will catch a mussel with its suckers, the thing that will like stick onto the food, and it will fill it with the digestive juice from the stomach that is protruding out. And that's how it digests the mussel. So let me just play the video so that you can see together how it looks like. So take a look. So this is the starfish. If you take a close look at it, so they are going to feed this starfish with a mussel. It doesn't have like one mouth. All these tiny little things are the tiny mouths. So let's see what it does. Wait, where is the mussel? Still waiting. There you go. So you place the mussels there, right? So then it starts to like push. It will start to push the stomach out through the mouth. I'm not sure how it does that, but yeah. So we will try to surround the muscles. Oh, there you go. Can you see that? This part here, can you see that? This white part here. So what it is doing right now, it is trying to digest the muscles from the outside. Yeah, it looks a little bit creepy. I think these are, yeah, like what somebody mentioned, they have lots of little legs. Yeah. So these are probably the suction legs. Oh, that's it. Muscles gone. Okay, they would try to like basically just digest the muscles outside to remove all the digestive juice. Yeah, so these are the suction parts, and then you can see that there's a little bit where they show the stomach coming out. This is interesting. This is not disgusting. Okay, this is fun science fact, right? Fun science fact. Okay, let's go back to why living things need to do this. Okay, even though we say that, oh, for us we just eat the food normally, right? But for animals, they have all the different ways of doing it. But most importantly is the reason why we need to eat food is to obtain energy, right? To obtain energy. So unlike plants, animals what make their own food? What do you think will be the blank here? Cannot. Okay, cannot make their own food. Animals obtain energy by what other living things? By eating, correct? Very good. Such as what and what? So just now we noticed the koala bear eats the plants, and then whereas for the snake and the sea star, they eat other animals. Okay, so this part is easy, right? We will talk about this quite a bit of times. Right, then the next part is the powerful and the mighty sun. Okay, all living things on Earth directly or indirectly depend on the sun for energy. Something from the sun keeps the Earth warm. Okay, what is that something? How can you feel warm from the sun? Because of the what energy? Edna said heat energy. Very good. Okay, so heat energy from the sun keeps the Earth comfortably warm for us to stay alive. And then one more thing is, Kevin said light. Okay, light from the sun or light energy from the sun enables us to see things. Yeah. Okay. Wow, more food. Okay, making me hungry already. So we have a plate of chicken rice. Okay, plate of chicken rice looks really good. Lots of vegetables. You have the rice grain coming from rice plant. Okay, so the rice comes from plant. Cucumber also comes from plants. Parsley comes from plants. And then we have chicken. But even though chicken is like animal, right, it does eat grains, which also comes from plants, such as corn and rice. So the plate of chicken rice above shows how we directly or indirectly depend on what for food. We depend on the sun. Valerie said sun. Okay, let me go check. It's supposed to be plants. Okay, so plants depend on the sun and everything else depend on the plant. Okay, so even though we are eating the chicken, let's say you say, oh, I don't want to eat vegetables. Okay, I hate the taste, but I just eat the chicken. Chicken has to eat corn and rice. So indirectly, even though you're not eating the plant itself, but the energy comes from the plant first that the chicken eats, and then you eat the chicken. Yeah, so it's like the energy transfer. Next, when plants trap something to make food, the energy from the something is passed on to the plants. I think this is easier. Sunlight, okay, sunlight, very good. To make food, the energy from the sun. Okay, and then when something eat the plants, I think this is easy, right? Animals eat the plants. The energy is then passed on to us. Okay, so energy in our food can all be traced back to the sun. Yeah, so just put a point there. Some of you may have learned about food chain, food web. Some of you may not, but this is related. Yeah, it's related. Where energy is passed down from the sun to the plant, and then to the plant eaters, and then to the animal eaters. Yeah, and then for us is we can eat both plant and animals. So energy will always be passed. It will not be destroyed. Okay, it will only be transferred. There you go. This is something that looks like a food web. Okay, so the sun is our what of energy? The main, or we call the primary source of energy. Okay, the main primary source is the same meaning. So without the sun, plants are unable to carry out photosynthesis, and animals would have no plants to provide them with energy to stay alive. So you can see here, there are two weird looking humans. What are they doing? I think they're playing a ball. And then somehow, okay, you can see, humans can eat chicken, humans can eat cow, or if you're a vegetarian, you eat like, potato, fruits, rice. So it's all linked together. Yeah, some of you say it's the same picture from your textbook. So I think your textbook have a similar picture. Are we on top of the food chain? Yes, we are. We are the apex predators. Yes, they call us. They call the top one on the food chain the apex. What will eat us? What do you think? I guess the bigger animals might eat us, but only in the wild, right? Like right now, because humans, the reason why we are on top, because we have a very good brain, so we know how to make weapons and protect ourselves. Okay, I'm going to show you this very cute animation by Mr. Bobby and Mr. Lukman. Yeah, I didn't know that they made this. So let's take a look. It's quite random, but over here you can see there's a tank and it shoots out the answers. So these are all the main keywords for this topic. Okay, we've talked about photosynthesis, which is making food, and then the products of photosynthesis, right? Okay, so let's see. Photosynthesis needs water, okay, needs carbon dioxide, give out sugar, give out oxygen. And then what about the light and chlorophyll? What does the chlorophyll do? Who can tell me what does the chlorophyll do? Wait, is it Total Defense Day? Oh no, I forgot. Is that why they have the tank, maybe? Okay, what does the chlorophyll do? It helps to not just take in sunlight, it helps to trap. Very good. Trap sunlight. Okay, so yeah, so chlorophyll, you can find them in chloroplasts, which are in the leaves. Okay, and the leaves will trap the sunlight or light from artificial lamp, okay, to form your oxygen and sugar. Yeah, okay, so come help me fill up this mind map. So we'll start off with the sun is our, what is it? The sun is our primary source of two things, heat and light. Very good. So we have heat, light, and which is trapped by chlorophyll in plants. Okay, mostly in the leaves, right? That's why the leaves are very green in color, which take in two things. What are the two things? Carbon dioxide and, very good. Okay, carbon dioxide, water during photosynthesis. Okay, but in exams, if you don't write photosynthesis, you say during the process of making food, I will also accept. Okay, they will also accept in PSLE. Wrong. Not making process, making food. Okay, the process of making food. Then they produce two things. What are the two things? Sugar or food and oxygen. Wow, all of you are very good. Okay, you can remember all this very fast. Yeah, so eventually the food or the sugar will provide us with the energy, whether we eat it or whether the plant eaters eat it. Okay, we're already moving on to the first bubble question. So we have a student named Sammy. Okay, Sammy cut out a shape from a piece of black colored paper and attached it to a leaf of a plant. He left the plant under the sun and watered it regularly. Okay, so this is a black and white picture. So I'm just going to shade this so that you know that this is the black paper. Okay, black color paper. And it's in the shape of like a small cross here. Okay, so after 3 days, Sammy removed the leaf and tested it for starch. So there is a test for starch. And starch the test for starch uses this solution called the iodine solution, which is yellowish brown in color. Okay, so what happens to the iodine solution is that it will turn dark blue if starch is present. So if you look at the results below, right, based on this information that they give you, okay, the starch test using iodine solution, what do you think will be the results of the test? Okay, so I give you a clue. Iodine solution, okay, is yellow in color, right? So iodine is yellow or yellowish brown, and it will turn to blue, okay, we'll turn to blue or dark blue when there is starch. Okay, where the starch comes from? When the plant, do what? Plant make food. Okay, so if you put a black color paper, what are you doing to the leaf? Okay, I give you a lot of clues already. I say that when plant makes food, they will form starch, right? It will be stored as starch. So if you cover the leaf with this black colored paper, what will happen to the area? Yunfei asks, can carnivorous plants photosynthesize? Yes, as long as the leaves have chlorophyll, they can photosynthesize. So they will get their food from eating other animals and also from photosynthesizing. Yes. Okay, I will have to look at the results first. Sometimes you say you're very confident, but then I look at the result, I'm like, not 90%. Let's see. Yes, so Shivani asked if the plant is completely purple, even though you can't see it, there's actually chloroplast and chlorophyll inside, but the color purple is so strong that it covers the chlorophyll. So it's still there, it can still make its own food. If the plant is not able to photosynthesize, then yep, it will die. Ooh. Okay, so most of you are able to tell me the answer is number 4, right? Because the area that is not covered by the black paper, okay, this area here, they will make starch, correct? Food will be made here. This is where starch can be found. Whereas the one that is covered by the black paper, there is no light. Okay, no light entering, so it cannot photosynthesize, it cannot make food. So that's why the area on the outside is dark blue, and the area that is covered by the black paper is remains yellowish brown, means no starch. Yes, this is quite, I think I've seen this question in exams before. Have you seen this question before for those who have tried the topic? Yeah, so be very careful, okay? So you need to know, so remember, the iodine solution is yellowish brown. You only turn blue-black or dark blue when it is in the presence of starch, and starch is the food for the plant. Yeah, so you must like always link all the facts together. Okay, let's try the next one. This is similar. Okay, it's still got black paper, but they cover like different parts. So just now you notice that the black paper was smack in the center. This time it's a bit extended out. Okay, so similar, but they show you that this particular leaf is also very special. It's not completely green. On the exterior part is white. White area means what? Is there chlorophyll or no chlorophyll if it's white? Nope. Okay, so take note, if it's white area means no chlorophyll. Okay, other colors will have like purple, green, there's still chlorophyll in there, but white means no chlorophyll. So what does that mean? Okay, so if you're doing the same test again, and then you have like the 4 areas, okay, A, B, C, and D. So let me just color this. Okay, so you have area A here, B here, C, this is D, and C, okay? Yeah. So which dish contains starch? Yeah, I know, right? Plants are so smart. They can make their own food. Unlike us, we cannot make our own food. We have to farm and find food and hunt for food. Yeah. Because if we can make our own food, right, then all of us will be green in color. Can you imagine? You have green skin. And then when we go for like our lunch, we just stand outside, you know, at the parade square, just standing in the sun. That would be quite weird, I think. Let's see the results first. Ooh, not bad, not bad. We are still in the okay zone. Okay, although some of you wrote option number 3. The answer should be option number 1. Okay, only B, because if you realize, B is the only part that is green in color, and it is not covered by the paper, right? It's not covered by the paper. So it is green in color, means there is chlorophyll. And it is not covered, means it can get sunlight. Okay, get sunlight for photosynthesis. Okay. Oh, this one, I believe I can see higher numbers, because all you need to do is to fill in the photosynthesis equation, which we have covered last lesson. Remember? Okay, so just remember, what does the plant need to make food? And then what does it give out? Okay, so whatever that it needs will be on the left side, which is here. Whatever it gives out is on the right side. And there's 4 options for you to try. Yeah, let's go. 100% correct. So far, never in the history of Geniebook that there's 100% correct. The reason is because there's always technical error here and there. You know, sometimes students miss the question, or you know, they lag and then they get stuck. But I will try to one day hope and see that we can reach at least like 98% correct. Is there a lot of bubbles for this? Maybe not as much as the previous one, but still, bubble is a bubble, you know? Okay, it's supposed to be number 3, right? So you need carbon dioxide and water to give you oxygen and sugar. Yeah. Oh, you said that fishball has starch. I mean, fishball is mixed with other things, right? Like flour. So maybe the flour contains starch, but pure, like normal fish, you know, if we don't add anything else in it, you know, like the fish, that one doesn't have starch. Yeah, so usually processed food will have starch, processed food. Yes, okay. More photosynthesis question. This time, instead of writing it in an equation form, they give you a picture, but you must tell me what the arrows mean. Okay, so you have the arrows A, which is all like pointing towards the leaf. And then there's C that is pointing towards the leaf as well. But at the same time, B is pointing away from the leaf. Then we have E pointing towards the leaf. And then D away from the leaf. Okay, so what do you think is the answer? You got confused between 1 and 3. Okay, let's see. What's wrong with 1 and 3? Oh, all right. I think I know what. Okay, if you look at A, right, whenever you see a lot of arrows coming in, that has to come from the sun. Yeah, because a lot of sunlight is needed, okay, by the chlorophyll. And if you go by elimination, definitely water cannot go through there. Okay, water is out. Carbon dioxide, maybe. Okay, so we just keep the other options open first. Then we look at the next one. B is oxygen. Okay, because plants do give out oxygen through the side of the leaf. Why is it pointing from the side of the leaf? Because the gas actually move out of what? What part of the plant exactly? Who can tell me? What is that you find on the surface of the leaf? Stomata, or the tiny openings, right? So that's why the arrows are pointing out from the side of the leaf here, correct? And not at the stalk or the stem. So if it's coming out during photosynthesis, means it should be oxygen. So this one is wrong already. Okay, this part here is wrong. Then, so we eliminate, okay, so we eliminate 2, eliminate 4. So now between 1 and 3, C is sunlight or carbon dioxide. So because if it's coming out from here, the stomata is your oxygen, then whatever that is coming in should be carbon dioxide, right? Yeah, so you eliminate this. Ta-da! So that's why the answer is 1. Yeah, and then if you just double check D, yes, the sugar will go through the stem and water will also come from the stem. Yeah, so most of the stomata are found on the underside of the leaves, but some of them are still found on the upper side, just not as many. Yeah, just not as many. Moving on, so the opposite of photosynthesis is actually this process called respiration. And for animals that do not photosynthesize, we mainly focus on this process called respiration. But plants also undergo respiration at all times actually. It's just that in the day when there's light, they undergo both respiration and photosynthesis. Okay, so let's fill in the blanks. Photosynthesis is the process of plants, something making food. So Gunav said making food. Okay, that store energy. Okay, so when they make the food, the starch, it stores energy. But respiration, on the other hand, is the process that the energy stored. So what does it do to the energy? Converts? You think it's converts? Release? Uses? Okay, let's see who get the correct answer. Should be release. Okay, so what respiration does is the opposite. Instead of storing the energy, the opposite of storing is releasing. Releasing the energy. And then photosynthesis only takes place in most plants in the presence of, I think this one easy, right? Sunlight. But respiration takes place what in all living things? Anytime, all the time, as long as you are still living, okay, you will undergo respiration. So right now, all the cells in your body are undergoing respiration. Same goes for plants, same goes for animals. Okay, as long as they are living things, they will undergo respiration. But for plants, in the presence of sunlight, they can undergo photosynthesis. So plants are a bit special. They have one extra process. Okay, so moving back to here first. Okay, that was a good question. I'll take note. During respiration, glucose in food reacts with oxygen to produce energy, carbon dioxide and water vapor. The energy released is then used to carry out life processes. Okay, so this is the equation for respiration. Okay, so if you need to take note of this inside your notebook, please do so. This is respiration. Kaylee said gastrodia something something. Kuroshimensis? Wow, what a long name. I need to, oh, it's a parasitic plant. So they are parasite plants. That's definitely not in the syllabus, but it's interesting to find out, yeah? Okay, so this is respiration. Please copy this down. Okay, and if you want to compare it to photosynthesis, it will be like almost the opposite. Okay, photosynthesis will be carbon dioxide plus water with the presence of sunlight. And of course, your chlorophyll, you need chlorophyll. Then it will give out oxygen. And what else? Wait, some of you are still searching. and oh wait, is my handwriting weird? Oxygen and food, right? Okay, food. What is glucose? Glucose is a type of sugar that we can find in our body. Bubble question time. Bubble question. I hear you. Some of you are like, bubble. Okay, bubble coming. At least stated 4 differences between photosynthesis and respiration. So if you copied down my note just now, is this hard? No? Okay, so who is ready to answer? Okay, read through the statements carefully. 4 differences. They are asking for the correct statement. Photosynthesis uses carbon dioxide, while respiration produces carbon dioxide. Photosynthesis replenish oxygen in the air, but respiration uses oxygen from the air. Photosynthesis only takes place inside plant cell, while respiration only takes place inside animal cell. Or is it during photosynthesis, energy is stored in the form of food, while during respiration, energy is released from the food? Okay. So do plants lose food when they start respiring? No, because they respire all the time. Energy comes from food. Yes. Without the food, okay, your mitochondria is a bit out of syllabus, but I'm just telling you for those who learn about mitochondria, mitochondria cannot work without this food. Yeah, so technically the energy should still come from the food. Then the mitochondria helps to release it. Still not 98% yet, but you know, reaching. See, not too bad. A lot of you can tell me is option number 2. Okay, why is it that C is wrong? Who can tell me why C is wrong? Why is C wrong? Those who got it correct. Yeah, see, some of your friends asking, why is it C is incorrect? Edna said, respiration takes place in all living things, right? So doesn't matter, as long as you're a living thing, you will undergo respiration. Okay, unless the living thing died, then it will not respire anymore. But if it's still living, okay, it can undergo respiration. So this statement is incorrect because it's trying to say that only photosynthesis takes place in plant cell and only respiration takes place in animal cells, which is not true. Yeah, okay, so don't be tricked by this. I have something a little bit more exciting, okay, towards the end of today's lesson. This is like we call it the memory game, okay, the memory game. So what you need to do is, okay, let's look at instruction together. You will be shown a diagram, okay, below later, right? You will be shown a diagram, and there will be arrows in the diagram to represent certain processes. Okay, the diagram will only be shown for 20 seconds, after which you have to answer a question within 30 seconds. So everything must be fast, okay? There are a total of 3 questions for you to answer, and each question is worth 15 bubbles. So 15 bubbles per question. Okay, you need to look at the picture. Okay, so you must tell me what those arrow means. Okay, is it digestion? Is it respiration? Is it reproduction? Is it photosynthesis? So the first question is, they're asking you to focus on arrows A and F. Okay, so when you look at the picture, right, you focus on A and F. If your memory is not good, right, you can take a screenshot or a picture or you copy down. Okay, let's go. Oh, there you go. Okay, so this is the picture. Okay, so remember, 20 seconds. Right, take a picture of this or screenshot or whatever you can do. Okay. And then the question is out. Okay, the question is out. So I'm going to launch the question now. A and F. Okay, 30 seconds. Are we ready? Okay, did you get it? Did you get it? Wow, so many of you get it correct. Not bad, huh? Not bad, not bad. So did you take a picture of the diagram? Yes, the power of analysis. Okay. All right. So I trust that you got it correct because of your memory. Okay, super memory. All right. Next question. Still the same diagram, I think. Still the same diagram, but this time they changed the question a little bit. They talk about arrows C and D. Okay, arrows C and D. So, okay, time for me to launch the picture. Okay, see, there's a timer there. All right, the picture is out. Okay, this is the picture. I think they didn't change it, right? It should be the same picture. And time is up. Time is up. Okay, so after 20 seconds, it switches over. So I am going to launch the question now. Are you guys ready? Not ready. So they're asking for you to identify the process that is represented by arrow C and D. Yay! Okay, so if you get it correct, it should be pretty easy. We still have one more game session question and one more bubble question after this. If you don't need to screenshot, you can still get it correct. Means your memory is pretty good, right? I hope you're not just guessing blindly. Okay, so the numbers are high, but it's a little bit lower than the previous one. So some of you got a little bit trick. Okay, it's supposed to be photosynthesis, right? Not reproduction. Okay, what I don't understand why some of you wrote reproduction. When did we talk about reproduction in this topic? Okay. Next one. Game session 3. Okay, they actually said which of the following sets of arrows represent respiration. Okay, so again, it's going to be the same picture, and again, I'm going to show for 20 seconds. By now, you probably have remembered this, right? So look at this image very carefully and tell me which one represents respiration. Okay, which arrows? And are you ready? This is your final chance. If you haven't been getting the correct answers for the previous 2 questions, this is your final chance to get 15. Okay, 15 bubbles. Wow, 15. Yeah. Okay. Can I launch it now? Hashtag yes. All right, let's go. Okay, not bad. But some of you wrote option 2. Okay, so they're asking for respiration, right? So it's A, B, E, and F. Okay, so let me look at the picture first. Which arrow is showing respiration? Okay, so if you remember, respiration means, okay, maybe we just write it out over here. Okay, respiration means you take in your glucose or your sugar, right? Your glucose or sugar, and then you use oxygen. And then after that, you give out carbon dioxide plus water plus energy, right? Give out also energy. Okay, so this is respiration. So if you look at man, when men breathe out oxygen, yes, this is respiration. Men use up oxygen, breathe out carbon dioxide, use out oxygen, yes. Then how about plants? Plants breathe out carbon dioxide, use up oxygen. Yeah, that's why the answer is A, B, E, F, right? Yeah, okay, so where do the plants give out water? It will be through the stomata, the water vapor will come out from there. Yes. So remember in the stomata or the tiny opening, not only the gases will move out, the water vapor will also move out from there. Okay, so it will take in water, but it will also release water at the same time. Little bit of it. Just a little bit. It will take in more water than how much it will release out. Okay, so one way to test this, right, is actually if you take a plant, if you don't believe me, hey, how come plant give out water? Imagine if this is the plant. Okay, and then all you need to do is you just need to wrap the plant with a plastic bag. Okay, wow, my drawing is exceptionally well. So let's say this is the pot. Okay, so overnight, what do you think we will see from the inside of the plastic bag? Okay, eventually you will see that there will be water droplet, right? So where does the water come from? Where does the water come from? Who can tell me? So suddenly the plant just throw water out. Remy said water vapor. Yes. Okay, so this is also one common example. Okay, the water vapor actually move out of the openings. Okay, and then when the water vapor comes in contact with the cool surface of the plastic bag, it will condense to form water droplets. Yeah, so that's how plants lose their water. Get it? I hope that helps to explain. Okay, last question for today. Bubble question number 6. Okay, we have a girl called Tiara. She put a bell jar. Bell jar is like glass. Okay, it's a glass that's in shape of a bell. And she placed it over a well-watered plant. She covered it with a layer of black plastic bag. Wow, so this one got black plastic bag. So what does that mean? And she placed it under the sun from 7 a.m. to noon. The diagram below shows the experimental setup. Then you are asked to select which of the following graph shows the changes in the levels of carbon dioxide, oxygen during this period of time. Yes, so remember, clue, there's a black plastic bag here. So if there's a black plastic bag, what type of process is the plant undergoing a lot more? Is it photosynthesis with respiration, or is it just photosynthesis, or is it just respiration? What is it? Okay, so then after you have identified the process, then you can tell me what happened to the volume of the gas. Okay, will there be an increase in oxygen? Will there be a decrease, okay, in carbon dioxide? Which is it? Okay, so first, identify. So step 1, identify the process that is taking place. And then step 2, okay, tell me what happened to the gases. Okay, give this a try. If you're not sure, you can ask me questions. If not, can I launch the question now? Dylan, you can try to recall the equation for respiration and photosynthesis. So you must first tell me, will there be photosynthesis taking place, or is it just respiration? And then after you have identified, then you can tell me what happened to the amount of gases. Will it increase, decrease? Okay, so how you read is from here, you can see whether the oxygen increase or decrease, or is it both oxygen increase and carbon dioxide increase, or oxygen decrease, carbon dioxide increase, or both decrease. Okay, I am going to launch the question now. Just give it a try. Okay, just give it a try. And if you got it wrong, I will help to explain after this. Okay, so this is the last question for today. Let's go. Okay, the answer is option number 2. Okay, why is it option number 2? Just now somebody mentioned because of the black plastic bag, the plant cannot photosynthesize. Okay, so if it cannot photosynthesize, you will only undergo respiration. So remember, I asked you to identify the process. So it can only undergo respiration. So if you remember, for respiration, okay, which gas does it take in? It takes in oxygen and gives out carbon dioxide. Yeah, so if you remember, this is respiration. Then you have to write it down. Then from there, you look at your graph. So you notice that if the plant is taking in oxygen, oxygen will decrease, right? We're talking about the gas in the glass bell jar. So the gas over here, okay? So basically, oxygen will go down because the plant is taking up oxygen. And at the same time, the plant will be releasing carbon dioxide. So that's why the carbon dioxide will increase. Do you see now? Okay, so carbon dioxide, give out carbon dioxide, right? It will increase. Then takes in oxygen by the plant, it will decrease. That's why the trend is that way, going down and then going up. Wow, my drawing is very messy. Wait, let me remove this one first. So I'll just color this green. Okay, this is green. And this is yellow. You understand? Yeah. Okay. So we will have more practice eventually. So don't worry about this. Okay, we have to learn how to read graph. All right. So we have come to the end of today's lesson. Okay, done. All right. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.